It's the Night Society, motherfucker.
Alright, I got an article here for you brothers. Fear of the Lord, aka Mitch Mustang, coming to you. The article reads, The Sting, how the FBI created a terrorist. This is on firstlook.org. That's firstlook.org. Starts off with Sammy Omasak. Is a tall and gaunt with jutting cheekbones and a scraggly beard. He sits cross-legged on the maroon carpet of a hotel room, wearing white cotton socks and pants that rise up his legs to reveal his thin, pale ankles. An AK-47 leans against the closet door behind him. What appears to be a suicide vest is strapped to his body. On the right side, in his right hand is a pistol. The recording says, an unseen man behind the camera. This is what he says. This video is to all the Muslim youth, to all the Muslims worldwide. Omasak says, looking straight into the lens. This is a call to the truth. It is a call to help and aid in the party of Allah. And back him for every sister that has been raped and every brother that has been tortured and raped. The recording goes on for about 8 minutes. Omasak says he will avenge the deaths of the Muslims in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Pakistan. Let me pause right there for a minute. If you don't know, the United States government fought a faulty, false war, went over into those Middle Eastern countries, bombed them dry, took the natural resources and left them how they were, Said fuck them, basically. Now they're trying to go back over there now to help them rebuild their so-called army. They're still controlling their infrastructure and their import and exports. And went to Afghanistan for the poppy seed, which creates heroin, if you didn't know. But we can get into that in another episode. Back to the article. He refers to Americans as kufar, an Arabic term for non-believers. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, he says. Woman for woman, child for child. Omasak was 25 years old on January 7th, 2012, when he filmed what the FBI and U.S. Department of Justice will later call a martyrdom video. He was also broke and struggling with mental illness. After recording the video in the rundown Days Inn in Tampa, Florida, Omasak prepared to deliver what he thought was a car bomb to a popular Irish bar. According to the government, Omasak was a dangerous lone wolf terrorist who would have bombed the Tampa Bay bar and headed to a local casino where he would have taken hostages before finally detonating his suicide vest once police arrived. But if Omasak was a terrorist, he was only in his troubled mind and the minds of ambitious federal agents. The government could not provide any evidence that he had connections to international terrorists. He didn't have any of his own weapons. He didn't even have enough money to replace the dead battery in his beat-up 1994 Honda Accord. Green was the color. Omasak was the target of an elaborate, orchestrated FBI sting that involved a paid informant as well as an FBI agents and support staff working on the setup for more than 3 months. The FBI provided all of the weapons seen in Omasak's martyrdom video. The Bureau also gave Omasak the car bomb he allegedly planned to detonate. He needed money for the taxi so he can get where the FBI needed him to go. Omasak was a deeply disturbed young man. According to several psychiatrists and psychologists who examined him before the trial, he became a terrorist only after the FBI provided the means. Let me stop there for a second. See how it's telling you the government creates these threats? You're not hearing me though. Since 9/11 terrorist attacks, the FBI has arrested dozens of young men like Omasak in controversial counter-terroristic stings, which sounds like the government is setting up these people to bust them like they're doing work when they're really not. Probably just dark-skinned white people or modern Americanized Arabs or Mexicans that they're just using as these fake terrorists. But that was pretty much for the end of that article. It goes into a little more detail telling you about the number of cases that's been similar to that. Article is called The Sting, How the FBI Created a Terrorist. That is on firstlook.org, and I'm out.
It's the Night Society, motherfucker.